Picture Italy after the war. Bread was a luxury, the future buried under rubble. Yet, amidst the devastation, a remarkable vision took shape on the most unlikely of stages, the humble, rattling train cars that crisscrossed the peninsula. It was January 1946. Rome's Termini station, still bearing the scars of conflict, reeked of smoke and the bitter scent of destruction. But on this particular morning, a different kind of energy filled the air, a palpable sense of hope and anticipation. On the war-blackened tracks, a train, its metal skin glistening with a delicate layer of frost, stood ready to embark on a mission of mercy. Awaiting its departure were hundreds of children, their tiny feet clad in worn-out shoes, their small bodies draped in oversized coats. Their eyes, far too young to have witnessed such profound tragedy, held a mixture of fear and cautious optimism. Yet, amidst the acrid smell of coal and the lingering reminders of war, a powerful promise hung in the air. This journey would not lead to the battlefront, but toward a new life, a chance at a brighter future. Leading this extraordinary endeavor were women of unwavering determination, affectionately known as the women of the Red Stove. Their faces, etched with the marks of hardship and resilience, reflected a deep commitment to their cause. They carried registers filled with names and vaccination records, but more importantly, they clutched a collection of hastily gathered rag dolls and threadbare teddy bears. Each gentle handshake, each careful comb stroke to banish the ever-present lice, was an act of defiance against the crushing weight of hunger and despair. On the bustling platform, the whistles of the railway workers transformed into a triumphant fanfare, heralding the dawn of an imagined future, a world where these children could thrive and flourish. As the train slowly pulled away from the station, its windows framed a poignant portrait of a fractured Italy, the majestic ruins of ancient palazzi, now scarred and hollow, makeshift vegetable gardens sprouting amidst the skeletal remains of once grand columns, and children, their faces smudged with dirt, waving goodbye with blackened fingers. Then, as the train chugged onward, the landscape gradually transformed, giving way to the rolling hills and verdant fields of the Italian countryside. Bare rows of poplar trees streamed past like the silent notes of a musical score, while the milky rivers reflected a vast sky untouched by the horrors of war. The young travelers, their faces pressed against the cool glass, inhaled the invigorating scent of damp earth and freshly baked bread, a tantalizing aroma that wafted from the humble third-class carriages. The train stations of the north erupted in a symphony of brass bands and colourful town flags. But what truly enveloped the weary children was a collective embrace, as warm and comforting as a steaming bowl of chicken soup on a cold winter's day. An Emilian mother, her eyes filled with compassion, offered a hand-knitted woolen scarf, lovingly woven during the long, dark evenings. An artisan father, his face beaming with pride, lifted a dazed little boy into his arms, eager to show him the dazzling lights of the bustling market. On the platforms, fragrant with the aroma of roasted chestnuts, fear and uncertainty melted away like snow on the cobblestones, replaced by a sense of belonging and hope. In the cozy farmhouses that dotted the countryside, The fire crackled merrily beneath gleaming copper pots, casting a warm glow on the simple surroundings. The ceilings were low, but the rich aroma of simmering ragu seemed to lift the very beams, filling the air with a sense of comfort and abundance. For the first time in their young lives, these children washed their faces in clean running water, scrubbed their hands with fragrant soap, and slipped between crisp, clean sheets that smelled of sunshine and lavender. In the adjacent barn, the gentle steam rising from the oxen painted ethereal clouds in the air, and the little wanderers drifted off to sleep, lulled by the slow, rhythmic clanging of cowbells. They learned that the word bread could be written, not just longed for in the depths of their hunger, but even the most enchanting fairy tales must eventually come to an end. As the summer of return approached, the train filled once again, this time with cardboard suitcases overflowing with precious mementos. Heartfelt letters, cherished photographs, and loaves of bread carefully wrapped in checkered cloths. From the windows, the familiar sights of destroyed factories, barren hills, and muddy rivers reappeared, a stark reminder of the hardships they had left behind. Yet, in the hearts of these now transformed children beat a double heart, a ventricle of the south and a ventricle of the north, forever united by invisible tracks of love, compassion, and solidarity. Many would return later as adults to those same train stations where a railway band had once played a joyful tune just for them. They would come to work in the bustling factories, to study at the university, or simply to knock on the door of the family that had saved them with a simple bowl of warm milk. They would carry with them the enduring echo of that extraordinary journey, the unwavering certainty that solidarity can conquer even the most profound misery, that the best of Italy is born from the meeting of different worlds. Did you know this story? Did it move you as much as it moved us while preparing this animation? Share your thoughts and reflections in the comments below, and thank you for watching.